Testing one, two. I'm just testing my mic here. Testing one, two. Testing one, two. Testing one, two to make sure the sound is clear and you are able to hear me live. If you are hearing me, it's no one yet. It's just me. But I'm just testing my sound here. I'll give it a second. I'm about to just check my phone. Let's see. Yep, I'm here. No one yet. It's just me. Testing one, two. I'm just testing my sound here. Okay. I'll give it a second. I'm about to just check. All right, sound check seems to be good. And we are good this morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you find yourself and you may be listening from. My name is Perceiver. Some people call me Yon Toze. Originally, I'm known as Yon Toze, and others are known as Perceiver in other realm and other places. But I am Yon Toze from Rethink Tech Foundation. And we are just here this afternoon, this morning, this evening, tonight, where we might be watching from different locations, just talking about the significance of digitization, why it's important for us to digitize. And this is Rethink Tech Talk. And this is our April edition. And today, our agenda is just to talk about Rethink Tech Foundation projects and the things we're involved in Liberia and what the future holds for us and what is expected of us, what we are expected to be doing in the coming months and the coming years in Liberia. So that's what the show is about today. So if you want to join the discussion, you want to add a voice, let us know through the chat. We'll send the link and we can add you onto our discussion for today as well. So it's open. We'll talk about Reading Tech Foundation, where we've been, where we've come from, where we are currently, and our current project we are undertaking, and what we hoping to do within the coming months and the coming years in the digital landscape or the ICT landscape within Liberia. So I'm supposed to be hosting with D. Mac Wilson. He might be a little bit cut off, but he might join us later uh, on this show to just talk about digitization, the importance of it, why is it significant. All right, I misspelled significant on my on my flyer. I just realized that. I do sincerely apologize. I did misspell significant on uh, my slide, so please forgive me for that. I see that it's Signifi. The Fi is missing and another I is missing. So if you see that, I just recognize that I missed the spelling of significant on the flyer. I do apologize for that. That was a oversight. I do know how to spell significant. All right, but and we are on every Saturday of the month, the first Saturday of the month, and usually it's around 5 p.m. in Liberia time, and it's 10 a.m. Pacific time where I am currently in the States, and on the East Coast, it's usually around 1 p.m. And what we do on Written Tech Talk is we just discuss trending information technology issues. We discuss about how we can bridge the digital divide in our part of the world because we've been left behind, significantly left behind when it comes to digitization, or in other terms, people call it IT, computer literacy, and the rest of the names that it has, right? So we just gonna dive into that and see how we can bring in people who are working currently with the industry, people who are playing key roles in that sector, bringing people together to get discuss how can we move forward as a country, as a people, how can we adapt uh, digitization, how can we digitize, our economy, our education sector, our healthcare sector, our social services, our businesses. How can we digitize our business or automation? How do we automate all these things, right? How do we make it possible? What's the way forward for us? And at the end of the day, what's the benefit, right? It brings about productivity, cut down costs, improve efficiency, and help us to work faster and help us to work better, right? So ICT or IT or digitalization is not just related to, it's not just constrained to one sector of one's economy, or you know, one sector of the country, or just for businesses alone, right? It cut across every sector of life. It cut across every industry, every sector of the economy of our lives rely heavily on ICT for the developed world. If you check it out, most of what you do, 99.9% of everything, is digital. So it makes your life much easier for employees, for workers. I mean, imagine an agency that has 10,000 employees, right? And you don't, you haven't digitized fully yet, and you got a customer support service, and you need people to like go to people's houses to, provide IT support for your 10,000 employees. If you haven't fully digitized yet, where you can do online, you can do troubleshooting online and the rest of the stuff, right? Imagine how many IT support staff you need to be able to visit each of your individual homes to be able to troubleshoot people, Teams not working or Outlook not working. That's chaos. It's chaotic. It's cumbersome. A lot of money, a lot of people, a lot of resources, right? But if the system is fully digitized, then of course you can have 5, 10, 15 people sitting in a department in the IT support or IT service desks, and they are handling calls from people who got issues with their, teams not working, their audio is not working, and that uh, IT support personnel can just remote into the individual's computer and take charge of it and fix things there that you don't necessarily be there physically to fix, right? That I just, have to do with the soft aspect of the computer. So that reduces a lot of costs, right? So that's one benefit of that. But so Rating Tech has been around for quite a bit since 2022, 2023. We launched in Liberia and San Korea. We've been working, uh, creating awareness, and one of our pillars of our the organization is to provide awareness, and another pillar is to uh, help communities and schools, mostly public schools, to have a functioning ICT lab to be able to for the students to be able to take advantage of those things. So I just see William just join us here. I will bring him on now. William, you are on live.
Thank you.
I just added you to the live. How you doing this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm okay. I fight to come and my Google was out of it was
All
outdated,
right,
so
one
I had
second
to
here.
yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Okay, for some reason I'm not hearing you here. All right, one second. Let me hold on one second. Let me change my sound and see how we ever hear you. Give me a second here. Let me see what's going on with my sound, my audio output. Oh, it's in the down. Okay. Speaker. Are you hearing me? Testing 1 2.
Yeah, I'm getting you very loud and clear.
All right, I am here. I am hearing you now to myself. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you for joining with this short notice. I forgot to tell you, but Mark should have been here, but he's a little busy right now. So I'm just, we're just talking. I'm just talking about rating tech, and how we've come from when we started and the rest of the stuff. And then today we just want to highlight a little bit about the project in Sonic. I know we've been working with your organization
Mhm.
to have a functioning, ICT lab in San Nicolas. So I will just give a little bit of time, introduce yourself, and then you can give a little bit of update on that, and then we'll go into other things that we need to talk about. It's a random topic today, but mostly about rating tech, what we're doing, and our partners, and how we are progressing with our first project in San Nicolas. So you can just introduce yourself, and we can go into the discussion. It's
Okay,
not,
thank you so much.
yeah,
I'm William S. Monday. I am the county coordinator for the Major Youth and Sports, and
okay,
also a partner to Rethink Tech.
okay,
We have been partnering for I think close to 2 years
yeah,
or so. Yeah, we have set up the lab. Tech provided some resources. Some part of last year, we were able to lay the floor, put the ceiling, uh, install iron door at the youth center in where we have the lab in San
Okay.
Nicole, and yeah, and we have been working. We have been. I think we had one our first section uh, the when
Wule?
how they call him?
That's
Yeah,
Wule?
when they came to San
Wule,
Nicole, when
Wule
they came to San Nicole, yeah,
and Grace. Okay.
yeah, yeah, when they came to San Grace also came and monitored the work that we did there. I think she came back and reported. Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a good working relationship with you and the rest of the team there to have that project going. And we just want to announce in the public, manner that we've secured the devices for the lab, and they are currently in Monrovia. They are
okay.
currently in Monrovia. So we Mike should be here, but he's not here currently, as I said. But he will be around there sometimes when we're about to launch. But so we're about wrapping up the project, just putting finishing touches on. As I said, what been holding us up is the main component of the lab, which is the devices that we need to actually set up to train people. And our goal with that project is to offer training for the citizens and people of San Nicola and Nima County and Liberia Large, using the ICT lab. So we are hoping to have pretty close to 15 or 20 devices within the lab to take a lot of students in at a time. And I know we're talking last time about, the session we're going to have and those will come on later on, but I know we're talking about probably having like 3 sessions with 10 students each or more than that. So we'll be with one rotation. We might be having pretty close to 45 students for one rotation. And I know we might discuss also we're talking about the duration of the program, which we're looking at 4 months. And it's our hope that at the end of that 4 months, the students, the people that will leave from that or training are able to uh, find themselves in any office or anywhere and be able to work and function and use ICT to accomplish a particular task that they've been given, in that office related to IT or ICT. So that's what we are hoping to do. But in the coming weeks, as we prepare the lab and stuff, I know we'll be rolling out registration process and how people can enroll in the rest of the stuff. Later on, as we put the finishing touches on and do the lab setup and the rest of the stuff. So you guys, something to just chip into that, and is that something that the people of San Nicola and Nimba are looking forward to, or what's the I would say what's the appetite for computer training as such? Do we have a lot of people who are interested who want to take advantage of that of the training program?
Yeah. So thank you very much for that question. Yes. Even a small computer program we're running at the youth center right now under the action for adolescent youth development.
Yeah.
Uh, the first phase we have only 154 students just for the computer program, and at which time we have only 5 pieces of computers,
Wow.
desktop computer. So we have
Okay.
only a full section.
Okay.
Uh, uh, yeah, we have only a full section. So students, people coming from all over the schools and other things, when they come from school, they come there by two because the computer classes start at two.
Okay.
They come there by two, and we got 1 hour for each section. So from two to three, from three to four, from four to five, and we had the how they call right now as we speak. We got something like 42 students uh in the computer program that we are running at the center. It go for 4 months.
Okay.
So yeah, but that one is organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports,
Okay.
and it is for young people who are not able to go to school.
Yeah.
They are in a community and they don't have the means to go to school, and they are
Right.
between the ages 8 to 24 years old. So that what they call action for adolescent development.
Okay.
So it is not actually for people like from 24 years old upward. No, it's from
Okay.
people
So
from
it's, it's,
24.
it's kind of limited with the age range of kind of people that can
Exact,
enroll. Okay. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
but without, I don't. What we're doing, we're not limiting the age range. You can be a baby if you can sit behind a computer, well, show up. Okay. If you have,
Exactly.
65 and you want to, learn about digital skills, digital literacy, you can show up and we'll be able to accommodate you, as such. So yeah. So the project is going on. As I said, the devices are already in Monrovia. We'll be free getting them from wherever they are probably on Monday or so or Tuesday. And then we'll be looking to move them down to Sunny Quarter to complete the setup of the lab. Uh, and it can be used for that internet purpose. So there are a lot of other things in the background we are working on, like the curriculum for that particular program and the rest of the stuff. So I started working on it already. I'm almost done with most of them. It's a lot. Doing an introduction to just ICT, Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. So I'm almost done with that. I'm just bringing it down, and I'll do the first copy of them, and then probably when someone coming down, they can bring them down, and then we can make more copies of those things there. So yeah, so the lab project is on course. We will. I mean, we it is we looking at, but we're looking at a launch date of probably in May, hopefully. We're in April, so we're looking to finish of everything else. We still got one or two finishing touches to put together. So once that is done, we're looking at a launch date in May. But that we'll discuss that in the background, and then we can put a date on it, who to invite, and the rest of the stuff. I know you're on the ground, so you know understand that much better than we. We sitting, far off here.
Yeah, I just also thought to inform people that we have also done some work at the lab. I think I sent you the photos. We
Yes, I
have
saw that.
installed tables and chairs. We
Yeah.
just received 120 pieces of chairs. So the lab can now take something like 35 person per class. 35
Yeah.
person. So yeah,
I really want to all. I really want to all it too much. I want to so that whoever's teaching can have the time to touch base with each of the students. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
exactly,
but we
exactly.
can that we can discuss, yeah, because you talk about heat, and everything else. But those are our background stuff we'll talk about, right? All right.
Yeah.
So, but
And secondly, I will appreciate if we can also get the Minister of Education at the country level here involved,
yes, we
so
will
that
do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah,
So we will talk in the background. We will I told Mac we need to have a meeting, and then in that meeting we'll discuss, who to get involved with and rest of the stuff. To let them know this is what's going on, and this when we want to launch the center, and this what the purpose of it, and the rest of the stuff. So those are stuff we'll finalize in the background, and we'll get everybody that need to get involved in the process, because it's not just a one-off project. We hoping to replicate what we're doing in Sonic with the other part of Liberia and other part of Nema County. So that is something that is ongoing, and that it's been part of our. But there's something else I want to talk about. I do have a website currently open, so if you want to learn more about Rating Tech Foundation, we do have a website, and you can see it open the screen if you're watching me. That's Rating Tech Foundation. If you go on there, it's ratingtechfoundation.org, and you will learn a lot about what we're doing and what we hope to do in the future, right? So if you look there, I'll just click on the project, and I'll talk about. We were just talking about the current project we have in San Nicolas. Those are the computers that we got from Amazon. We want to appreciate them for their continued support. They donated to us 30 pieces of computer for that lab project in San Nicolas. So the lab, they'll be showing up sometime soon. So those are slightly used computers. They're very still pretty good devices that we did get, and they're all laptops. You can see the specification. I'm trying to put it on there so that just people can have an idea to what kind of machine we have, right? So, and then one of the most big thing that we want to talk about today is we are also sourcing more devices. We did get a first batch of devices for Liberia, uh, instead of 100 pieces of laptop, but this time we are working with public schools. And if you this is the first time we're announcing that, and I know the ministry have been get involved with a lot of that. But with Rating Tech, we are focused mostly on public schools, right? So if you go onto our website, you will see our ICT lab partnership intake form. And also, if you are watching us, if you got other NGOs that want to, open lab in other places or other communities, but they don't have the devices that they need to open the lab, Team Tech Foundation will be able to step in that gap because we are able to source devices from, our partners out here to be able to help in that process. They see the need, and we explain to them that there's a lot of need, in Liberia for ICTs, right? So what we can do and what we've been doing over the past months is to build that partnership with them that they can be able to help us with devices. So we can announce that we currently working with two other high schools currently in Liberia. We haven't finalized the information yet to be able to provide them with devices for the lab. So in order to participate in that program, you have to go to our website, and the form is currently open on the screen. It's the ICT Lab Partnership Form, Reaching Tech Foundation, and you just go out there and fill out the form, the name of the school, it's in the elementary school, it's in the high school, it's in the, whatever it is. And then what we also require is for the institution to have at least a structure where they can host those devices, right? Like a lab setting. Well, do you have tables to host a computer? Do you have benches? Do you have chairs? What do you have that can host these things? We will provide the devices for you. And all we need from that public school is to provide us a space, right? That we can put those things in, and we will provide the technical, the setup, the training. If you want to train the instructor that you're going to be bringing and the rest of the technical things, we will handle that aspect for you and make sure to catch them on to what the student needs to be training and the curriculum that they need to be learning. So we have launching that partnership. It's today that we're announcing it. Mark is not here yet, but we're announcing that today that we'll have that partnership that we've uploaded that on our website, that public schools can submit requests if they need computer for their school, but they don't have the computer, and their side of the bargain is to provide the lab space and provide the lab space with the chairs and the decks, and then we provide the rest of the equipment when it comes to the computer, keyboard, mouse, and that the student need to use. We will be able to provide those things for that public school. So if you know of public schools, if you see this message and you know of public schools that would need that, we can take prior 2, 3 public schools at a time because it's a process. We have to first, apply for the computers, and then they give it to us. Then we send it to Liberia. So it's going to take a little bit of time. As we can see with our current project, it took a little bit of time to get the devices to Monrovia, but eventually we will be able to do that. So we are forming. We are announcing to the public that we have this ICT lab uh, partnership that we want to form with public schools, most of the public schools. And we say public schools because public schools are the most neglected in our community, in our society. Private schools, private people have the money to buy these things and set up in their school and rest of the stuff. But public schools have been left behind, way way behind. So that is the reason why we are firstly starting and partnering and intending to partner with public schools to make these devices available to them so that the students in that school can leave from school with digital skill, because we live in a world where uh, ICT and computer are very, very key to our success or to one success out there. Right. All right. Well, let me let you, if you got a take to add something.
Yeah,
I bet
thank you very much. I think you addressed one of the concerns I had
yeah.
regarding how many device a private public school can apply for, or an institution can apply for. So that's one of the concerns. For example, if Senegal Central High School needs to apply for that computer
Mm-hmm.
to be set up at Senegal Central High School, how many pieces can they apply for? Do we have that information on the website that okay, you can apply for as many as maybe 20 pieces or 10 pieces or 5 pieces? One of the things, and what could be their contribution to Written Tech Foundation? For example, if Written Tech get a computer to them, what could be their own contribution to Written Tech?
Well, I mean, the only contribution we're looking from public schools is to provide a space and that space should be conducive enough to hold a computer. There's should have the decks for the computer. You should have the chairs, right? That is the only thing we look for from the public school or whatever public institution want to partner with us. We'll provide the computers, we'll provide the keyboards, and the rest of the anything that has to do the ICT aspect of it, the devices. We will provide those things, but we want to see that you have a space. We're not just going to come, oh yeah, we want computer, we'll take 10 computer, get to you, and then we don't see the space, and we want to monitor and work with you to evaluate the project. It's not like I know people. We sometimes we just give things to people and we leave them there and we turn our back, right? And then you come back after 6 months, it's not there. No, that's not what we intend to do. We intend to work with the school hand in hand every month, every quarter to make sure that the students are getting, a benefit for the system that was set up for them to learn, and they're taking classes there, and the devices are running as they're supposed to work and they should work, right? So, with regards to the number of devices that a school can be entitled to, we are looking at how many students are within the classroom. Like, I don't know, it's been a while. So I don't know, like in a typical classroom, how many students do we have in each classroom? Then on that average, we will be able to say, okay, well, since on the average in your school, you got 35 students, we can give 30 computers to your school, or we can give 35 computers based on the number of students that you have in classroom on the average, right? So I know the classroom size is not more than 50. I mean, do we have more than 50 students in one classroom?
So I was lucky to have one of the educator here with me.
Okay.
He's a planning officer for the Ministry of Education. He
Oh,
said
okay.
our
That's
classes,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
their class sizes are about 75 students per class to 100 students per class.
So let me. So I mean, they all not sitting in one class together, right? Like they got the A, B, and C.
Yeah, they got an A, B, and C, yeah, and D, even
Okay.
D.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my point is in classroom A, how many students in classroom A, in classroom B, classroom C, and classroom D? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sometimes 75
Yeah,
students.
sometimes, but we'll have to get a valid, information regarding the GAPS in the model high school. Has
Yes.
almost like 4 different sections for every
Yes.
senior class. Maybe 10th grade got A, B, and C. All the
Yes.
way to 9th grade, 12th grade. So some
Okay.
ranges from 80, 75 to 80. Yes,
So 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 that the 80 that number 80 is divided among the A, B, C, and D, right?
no,
No, just one class.
standalone, one
Oh,
class.
one
Just one
class
class.
is one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. JPSing,
Yeah.
JPSing, maybe Central High and
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay.
Just one class, there are
So
80.
so
Yeah.
so, so if that's the case, what we're looking at, we're looking at 35 computer for that school, or 40 computers. What that means is
Exactly.
that each if you have 75 students in the class, they'll have two computer section. One of them go at a separate time and another go at a separate. You
Yeah,
can have
Exactly.
75
that would be
students. You know, you can have
yeah.
75 students going to the computer lab at a time, right? So let's say on the
No.
average there are 80 students in the classroom, right? On the average. So
Yeah.
in that case, the school can have 40 pieces of computer, right? So that
Yeah.
Yes.
and then we will share the classroom into two sections for the computer class.
Exactly.
That will work at the
Right.
same time. So that's just what we are talking about. So when we know the number of students, at least on the average in the class, then we can determine, okay, well, your school going to need for the lab, we need 40 pieces of computer in there, to accommodate 40 students or 35 students at a time. If some has 70 students or some has 75 students, then that's how we're going to make the determination as to how many pieces of devices that school would need at a particular time.
Okay. All right. That's good.
Yeah. So
Uh, uh,
yeah. So
no, I wanted to also I know whether it will be workable. For example, people who want to attend our computer classes at the youth center,
yes,
whether we can create a same platform that the President Digital Program created, where desire people who are desirous of applying can apply through that platform that we want to attend the computer program at the youth center, so that we can know their level. Once you, like for example, those who are right now applying for the national election work, they are applying through a platform.
yes.
Yeah, so we do it. Then we have a complete database of those
Oh,
who
yes,
we have in our.
absolutely right. So the website, when
Mhm.
when we launch it, we don't have a registration form. So from the website, you can use the website on the cell phone or whatever device you're using. You can use it go on the website, and through that website, you register with your details, and then we'll have your details about having student register, where they're from, educational background, and the rest of those information, right? So all of those things are definitely going to be in place. It's something I've been working on. So the definitely will be in place once we are ready to go live and ready to launch. We will have the people registration. You can have the online registration, right? Where people who want to use online registration, they can go online and register. And those who use the paper registration, we can still upload that information to the system, to just
Exactly.
to keep track of how many people we enroll, in this for this quarter or for this section, and then how many people complete the program and what program that they completed. Yes, so we're gonna have that. It's important to have data about the data is quite important. It's quite key for future things that you want to do, and seeking assistance from other people that you can present something that, well, we've been able to train this X number of people, and there's a high demand for computer literacy or digital training skill
Exactly.
in these places. So yeah, so
Exactly. Yeah.
we'll definitely have that on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, the website, you can view it on your mobile phone. You can view it on your computer. You can
Okay.
view it on your iPad or whatever means you have. If you don't have any of those things, you can still
Mhm.
walk down to the center and be able to
Mhm.
register. With
Exactly. Okay.
a copy of it. So yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so that's what we are. That's just one of the announcements we intended to make today. That we will be working with public schools in that
Mm.
regard, and the registration is strictly through our website. We know there'll be a lot of requests, but we cannot fulfill all the requests one in one go,
Yeah.
because it's a process to get the devices to ship them to Liberia, and we gotta apply for them. Give a reason why we want them, and then they approve it. Then we get it, and then send it to Liberia. So it's a little bit of process, but what the good thing I love is that in life is that you got to start the process right, and then you gotta be working on the process to get it sent. So it's just Rethink Tech Foundation, our way of contributing to our community, where we came from Liberia, and to our people, and we saw the need in that space when it comes to ICT. There's a lot of need in that space in Liberia, so that's why we are stepping up in that space to be able to help. What the government is doing, we can also help to augment, what they doing. I heard before that you don't have to rely on your government to do everything for you, right? So it's our own way of, helping in that
Yeah.
in that in that
That's
regard.
true.
So
That's true. That's very.
so there where we are with that project. We got a first batch of computer for that process, and it's ongoing. As I said, we got two other schools we're working with, but we'll talk off air. And then we got other set of devices coming in. So whoever gonna apply, we might take on a first come first basis, or we might assess them and see who actually what the need base is in that particular environment, and then we can work with them. So yeah, so that's the website, rethinkTechFoundation.org. You can read a lot of information about us. We have our blog. We write about a lot of different stories, just reading up on IT stuff. I currently have 3 blog posts up there, and all of our podcasts. You can go back and watch them. We have them uploaded, on there too. And we also have, if you want to get involved, ways you can get involved, ways you can partner with us, at Reaching Tech Foundation, and just help to. This was our conference in San Nicolas. The picture you see up there at the San Nicolas Central High Auditorium, the new one that they built. Still 2023, we had the conference. So we're hoping to have one more ICT conference this year. you
Okay.
know
Great.
yeah, we worked on that, and we went at radio name by that time when we were in San Nicolas to just talk about
Yeah.
retail tech, and
Yeah.
the and
Okay.
it was quite good. A lot of interest. So we are not just working in NIMA, we are working all around Liberia, right? So it's not just about NIMA and
Okay.
San Nicolas. San Nicolas was just our launch spot, where we started from. So that's why our first project is kicking off in San Nicolas, but we are looking to spread to other parts of Liberia where the needs is for ICT and to help in that space in that regard. So anyone who wants to learn more about Region Tech, you can read up on our web page on our website. And of course, there's a reason why we are interested in digitization or ICT. Of course, is important. We live in the digital age. I always said we were left behind when the agricultural revolution came. We were left behind, right? When industrialization came, we were left behind. We don't have industries, right? And now we are living in the information age. We cannot be left behind, in the information age. That's why we need all hands on deck to push these things and be able to give the students, the youth, the adult, women, girls and boys, these skill set because it's needed in the workplace. It's needed in the 21st century. All these digital skills training or literacy is needed in the workplace. Most job application, if not all, will ask you, "Are you a computer literate?" So, are you a computer literate? I remember a friend of mine. Back then, we live in Ghana, and I was teaching at a computer school, and he went to this computer school. He did a 6 months program, and then we came to
Yes.
Liberia. I think every 2000 something he went to Liberia, and
Mhm.
he got a job with the Ministry of Finance, and I'm like, he's like, "Man, can't wait to get computer play job. They look for to do the computer job here." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got a job in the budget office, and I'm working. I'm just using Excel here." From just the training I did in Ghana. I'm like, wow, that's so
Yeah.
it's just a story to say that digital skill training set is very very important in this day and age, where
Yeah.
everything is on digital. And I was telling somebody last time on our last podcast that imagine if the Ministry of Education can digitize, all of its activity. You got website for all our public schools. Imagine all
Mhm.
the public schools in each of the different cities, or towns got our own website, right? You need people to
Exactly.
man the website. You need people to keep
Mhm.
updating the website, right? That's employment, right?
Exactly.
Even the
Exactly.
ICT lab we're talking about, right? You
Mhm.
need one or two instructors to be there. You need people to service
Exactly.
those laptops those devices when they go back. That's employment,
Mhm.
right? And if you talk about
Mhm.
the district education office is computerized. They got their own website. They got printers in
Mhm.
their own office. They're printing and I mean, those are jobs you're creating for people. And imagine
Exactly. Exactly.
imagine the
Registrar.
school. Imagine the school that want to do put online learning for their students from extra activities that they want their students to learn. Right? You need people to
Yeah.
develop content to put the content online. That's job for somebody right
Exactly.
there, right?
That's
So
true.
these things are just they're good, but they create jobs, they create employment for
Mhm.
people, and we talk
Mhm.
about thousands and thousands and hundreds of employment all around the country just within the educational sector. If we are able to digitize all your high schools, and your government local education
Eh,
offices in all the
Offices.
places,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because you need
Mhm.
people to serve all the devices. You need hardware support people. You
Exactly.
need networking people. So that is all job across the country. And you're giving someone else a job, and they can be able to take care of their family and feed them. And at the end of the day, that's
Exactly.
what we need. We need a society where we can provide jobs for people, to
Mhm.
take care of themselves and become better citizens. Now,
Exactly.
you want to check in with something there? All right.
Yeah. So, you are very right. One of the things we could do also is to categorize the different uh, people that will come for our computer training. We have
Yeah.
students, we have educational workers,
Yeah.
that's for teachers, we got health workers, we got
Right.
ordinary workers. So maybe on our form that you face for application, we will
Yeah.
have the category. Then we know if possible, we could even say, okay, students, this is your time to come. Workers, those who are working, health workers, teachers, and then we get parallel to teachers who are in the classroom, and
Who wants to?
we could even help them to digitize all of their lesson given to the students, because it will even help the students to uh, get used to their gadgets and other things, and making research, giving assignment online and all those things. It will really be of help to them. And like
Yeah.
you said, it
So
will create a lot of employment. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely, there's a lot of work to do in each of the sector, and then with the educators, right, with teachers, as you
Yeah.
said. So,
Hmm.
it's a thought we haven't put on paper yet, but we can have a special training session for teachers, right? Like you can have
Exactly.
3 days to just train them up on different tools that teachers can use for gradings, and the rest of the stuff that they
Wow.
have to do. I mean,
Exactly.
my mom was a teacher for all her life. I mean,
Mm.
I saw her grading papers
Mhm.
all night, and she got to record the grade in the ledger. Then when the time comes, she'll ask her, "Oh, you can't do the averages for me." All night
Exactly.
she do all those things. But
She only, yeah.
guess what? You can use
Yeah.
ICT. You can use Excel.
Excel,
All you need
yes.
to do, you enter the numbers in there, and
No,
it gives
no
you
more,
the
they give you
average.
the courage.
And,
Mm,
you don't have to use that to do all the stuff. So there are a lot of stuff
mhm.
that we can do for the educational sector to make teachers' life
Exactly.
a little bit easier for them, and then they can they
Mhm.
can they can they can take more. They can have more time to actually learn and research. You understand?
Mhm.
And improve
Mhm.
their teaching, with the students. Because if
Yeah.
the man is taking like all this time to grade paper all night long, what time does he has to do research? You understand?
Exactly.
To present new
Mhm.
materials to the students. But if you can cut down that time that you use it for just grading alone, I mean, yes, you're going to mark the paper, you're going to enter the grades, but the calculation process, the
Yeah.
system does that for you, and you can just
Yeah.
move on, and it
Exactly.
cut down. If you're using 2 hours, it cut down to 1 hour. Now you have
You
extra
can't.
hours free
Mm.
that you can spend with
I
your
want to
family,
do other
or you
things.
can
Yeah.
spend
Mm.
to research, right? So those are things
Okay.
we can plan about, talk to the local, the educational people there, and see how we can help in that place. If they want us to provide training for educators, we are able to do that. But we can come
Yeah.
up with a special package for that. There's a lot of tools for
Okay.
educators to use. Like there's a lot of tools they can use, to make their life a little bit, more easy. And one
Easier.
thing I forgot to add with the school
Mm.
lab is that we will also help to set up like the teacher lounge.
Mhm.
We can have
Yeah.
3 or 4 computers in there just for the teacher to use.
For teacher to use. Yeah. Okay. Great. That's a
Yeah.
fun one.
So while we're working with the school to set the lab up, we can provide
Mhm.
those 5 computers in the teacher lounge just for teacher usage. So that
Like,
teacher don't
like,
have to
like,
go so that you don't have to say, oh, I want to do in the computer lab because now that no. You have 5 computers
mhm.
in the lab, or 6 or 5 or 4, whatever it is, and you can use it
Yeah.
right in your in the teacher lounge. So that is part of the package.
Okay. Like
So
like my visit to the United States, one of the things I saw was, for example, if you want to go apply for the job, there's a public place, other
yeah,
in one of the places where you go and just sit down behind the computer and just fill in the
yeah,
form and send it, and
yeah,
with your number, everything, and the people will contact you. So
yeah.
if we get a public place where everybody can go, just put 1 or 2 pieces of computer there and say maybe you want to do your application
Yes,
or you want to write your letter, email to somebody, you can use
yes,
the public place. Maybe you got
and
4 pieces of computer there.
and print it out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all possible. Those are
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all those things are part of our package, but we run it out one at a time. And even the
Okay.
at the center we have, I do have 2 or 3 big printers here that I
Mm-hmm.
intend sending, and then we talking about we can set it up there. People want to apply for a
Okay.
job, they don't have the money to
Yeah.
print it, to go to the print center to print it out. They can print it there.
Mm-hmm.
They can print a job application free. If there's something that they want to print, they can print out
Exactly.
there free. You just sit there, you work on the computer. When you finish, you print it out, you take it, you go.
Mm.
So,
Exactly.
so those are all services that we can offer to the community, to ease people's life and make life
Exactly.
a bit easier for
Mm-hmm.
our people. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely we are working on all those things, and it's going to be,
Okay. Great.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, as I said, digitalization and computer literacy is very very important in our society, and
Mm-hmm.
increase our efficiency, make us to work a little bit faster, be more productive.
Yeah.
uh
Exactly.
you know it counts with a lot of things, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that the government is thinking in that direction. It's
Yeah.
taking steps to be able to make this available. And you're talking about the 21 computer, 22 that are made available to some high schools
Yeah.
in Nima. So which is really really
22 schools in Nima now.
good. Okay.
They got the computer lab. They have been supplied 22 schools in Nima. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that, which is very commendable. That's the way to go. You don't want your students and your children coming from high school in the 21st century and not having basic,
Exactly.
computer literacy skill or digital, skill training skill. I mean, it's you can't have that. Even my fifth grader and sixth grade, seventh grade here, they got computer that they can read home to the house when they come from school. They assign a computer.
Exactly.
The man, he does most of all the work that the man working PowerPoint. The man is 12, 13 years, man working PowerPoint. They gave him
I
project to
see it.
do. He got to do PowerPoint presentation. I'm like, really?
I see
So
it.
we can do the same. So imagine if he's
Okay.
using that. Imagine if you use that from sixth grade, seventh grade, all the way to 12th grade in very high school. You don't be an expert
Mhm.
at, at doing PowerPoint. You don't have to come from high school to start looking for to
Yeah.
do computer science to
Before you start doing
PowerPoint.
computer, yeah.
Throughout your high school, they give you project to
Mhm.
do PowerPoint, to do Excel, to do different things, right? So by the time
Mhm.
you come out, you are, you don't skill
Yeah.
a
You're
computer.
already computer
Now
literate, yeah.
you got the basic skills, and you can fit anywhere to do stuff with the computer. So
Okay.
we can do the same thing, and it's just
No,
about being intentional about what we want to do and what direction we
exactly.
want to see our country going in, what direction we want to see education going in, and then we make
Exactly.
efforts toward that, and intentional, and put the resources behind it, not just to talk about it, but to put the resources and the needed things and people to make it work and to make it possible. It's possible. We can do it. You know. So yeah, so that's where we came in as Reaching Tech Foundation, to help in that
Okay.
space to
Great.
be able to provide some of those things. We cannot provide all, but
Hmm.
if we're taking off one or two from the government, it helps out a whole
Yeah.
lot. So
Exactly. Yeah.
so that's where we are.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mark, it's not home.
Actually, I appreciate. Yeah. So, regarding the math we did the estimate, I think I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Uh.
I will get to you on that. That will
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will get you on that in the background.
Okay.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. We'll take it on that to get the lab going, and then one of the other two
Okay.
things I want to talk about. So we'll talk about that offline. So
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
thank you
So
so much.
we are here to stay. We are here to help Liberia, our people, to create awareness and provide some tangibles. Not just awareness, but provide tangibles that the people can actually see and they can use and they can benefit from.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my co-host said he's running late. I think he's just from work or somewhere. He said he's running late, but he might be a little late. Yeah, but
Okay.
we have other team members in my room. I think you've seen a lot of them. You've seen Grace and you've seen
Yeah. I saw Grace. I saw Wale.
there's another guy called Isaac. So you might be seeing them pretty soon again.
Okay.
Yeah, you might, you
Alright.
might, you might, you might be seeing them pretty soon. Once we get things to set up things, then we help you guys to set up everything and
Okay.
make sure we can go live in probably May or June. So
All right.
yeah, so I mean, if you have to go, you're good to go. I'll just stay on live and just talking here until Mike can join me. So if you need to go,
Okay. All right.
that's good. Thank you
Yeah.
for
I got
joining
another
us.
online meeting, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, tell
Uh-huh.
tell tell tell, tell that gentleman. I hope to see him one of these days when I come to Liberia.
Okay.
Okay, okay, no
All right,
problem. I'll be
let's
expecting you.
all right. Let's keep
And
in
thank
touch.
you so much for taking thinking about our students, of this generation, because it's good to give back, to society.
Right.
Once you come from the community and you have gone, in the Western society and learn, so it's good to give back. I must applaud you for the kind of tremendous efforts making, to reach
Oh,
back our students back home.
you're welcome. All right.
Thank you.
We'll keep in touch with you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the planning officer for the Ministry of Education.
Okay, for Nima Kane? Oh, you just
Yeah,
say yeah.
Nima. Yeah,
Okay,
Nima
okay.
country. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Well,
much.
All right, well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Bye bye, buddy.
All right.
All right, so I was just there chit chatting with William. He's our partner in Sanipole. They have the youth center where we are currently setting up the ICT lab in Sanipole. He's been tremendous. He's been very, very helpful. He's been awesome, and he's done a very, very great job. And was very kind enough to provide for us a space that we can use when we're talking about the lab in San Nicolas. We're talking about building, a place, and then I encounter him for some reason when I was there. I didn't talk to him for some reason, some strange reason. And then when I got back, I'm like, "Well, why didn't I talk to William?" And I called him, and then we spoke. He said, "Oh no, but we do have a youth center here. We do have a space there that you guys can, set up the lab in there for the community to use." So we are very appreciative of that to him and the rest of his team for providing us that opportunity and giving us that space to be able to set up the ICT lab. So that was William, and he was just online with the head of the Ministry of Education, Nima County Planning, the planning that director of planning also for Ministry of Education for Nima County. So as I said, we are hoping to go live in San Nicolas in May or early June with the lab. So said, just recapping, the devices for the lab are already arrived in Sunny Point. I want to thank Amazon so much and the team down in Renton. And all the guys are the one getting the devices ready for us. So just want to appreciate you guys that for the opportunity and seeing uh, the reason and then seeing the need and coming in to help fulfill that need for us by providing us with these uh, computers, laptops computers for our first project in San Nicolas. And they just announced that the devices are already arrived in San Nicolas, or not San Nicolas, they arrived in Liberia, and they're currently in Monrovia. Will be getting them from the port on Monday, and then they'll be moving down to San Nicolas where the lab is to be set up for the community. So we are grateful for that opportunity. We are grateful for your assistance. And we know it's not going to be the last, it's not going to be the first, it's not going to be the second. There are other much bigger projects we are looking to take on, like working alongside with public high schools, junior high, and elementary schools, and providing the students in those places with the opportunity and the assistance they need to learn. Right, we want to be able to provide them with that space, not just to learn IT in theory or digital literacy in theory, but to have a hands-on experience. Because IT is both theory, and the most important aspect of it is hands-on. They will tell you that. Nobody will tell you that you can learn just IT by doing theory. It's 80% hands-on because at the end of the day, you got to do something. You got to produce, right? So you cannot produce just through theoretical aspect. You have to produce by hands-on and making things work, making things happen, you know, and the rest of the story is there. So there are a lot of stuff that uh, comes with that, and it's taking shape. And we just also announced today that on our website you can find a place that's the intake form of partner with us, and just talking about how you can partner with Written Tech. Written Tech Foundation is committed to empowering the next generation of digital skills by establishing ICT labs in public schools across Nigeria through strategic partnership with elementary, junior, and senior high schools. We aim to create a sustainable and impactful digital learning environment. We're inviting public schools to partner with us in setting up ICT labs to equip students and teachers with essential digital skills and technology training. Bridging the digital divide in public schools. Why should you partner with us? Access to IT equipment. We provide computers, peripherals, and essential digital tools teacher training and curriculum support. We train educators and provide structural learning materials. Ongoing maintenance and support. We help maintain and sustain the IT lab for long-term usage. And we bridging the digital divide, bringing quality IT education to underserved schools. And the second reason why you need a partner or eligible criteria for the schools, right? To be eligible for this partnership, school must meet the following conditions: provide a dedicated ICT lab space, a secure, well ventilated room with proper lighting, ensure basic furniture. You have chairs and desks, there's electrical outlet, and the school can appoint an IT instructor who can get them. The school, of course, the already got security there, so they can do that. Only schools that meet the selection criteria. And how, of course, the question is, how do I apply? Interested schools should fill out our ICT Lab partnership intake form to express interest and provide details about the institution. Once we receive the application, our team will review it and conduct an assessment to determine letters. Once you click on that link, it takes you to the form here that you can use to apply. It's a very short form, just basic information about your school, how many students the school has, and the rest of the stuff. And then once we receive that, our team will go ahead and review that form, and then we will get back to you. We might put you on hold for a while. As I said, it's a process. It takes time because we have to source for the computer, and then we have to ship it to receive them, process them, and ship them down to Liberia, right? So it's a little bit of process, but that's the process. And what's the term of reference? Donate IT equipment. We'll donate laptop, desktop, monitors, keyboards, and all the essential. And then we'll train the educators. So that's our, bargain. That's what we are providing. We'll donate the IT equipment to the school. We'll train educators. We'll develop the curriculum and training materials. We monitor and support the school. So we're not just giving you computers and say, yeah, take it and go. No, we are monitoring the school consistently, quarterly, monthly, to make sure that the devices are being used for its intended purpose. Because there have been many, many occasions people gave devices or equipment to public institutions to use for certain things and we just abandon them for whatever reason. They go missing, no one found them. But we don't want that in this case. So we'll continue to provide oversight. We'll provide maintenance support. We'll assist in the repairs and the replacement of these devices. And once you return to the school is going to provide a functional ICT space, ensure a secure, well-equipped room, keep the lab organized and operational. The school is going to appoint trained instructors, ensure the lab is secure. So join us. Let's build in building a digital Liberia, right? We have to help to build a digital Liberia. So you're going to partner with us. This is our partnership page. You can just read a little bit about it. If you qualify, if you meet those things, then you fill out the form, and then we'll review the form, and then we'll get back to you with our current information you need. So the website, you can find us on Facebook as well, and follow us on Facebook for some updates. So that's about us. This was the conference on Santa Clara in 2023, in March of 2023, I believe. So our vision is where information technology divide is breached, making technology accessible to everyone. So we want everyone to have access to technology. And that is our vision at Region Tech Foundation. And that is our passion. And that is what we are working towards consistently every day, each and every hour, each and every second, each and every minute. The progress might seem slow, but we can promise you that we will definitely make progress. One city and one community at a time in Liberia. Right? So I'll be leaving it here for today. It was great just announcing to you what we have coming up and what we have planned for Liberia. If you have questions, you can just go onto our website. There's a contact us page, and just send your message, and we'll receive your message, and we will respond to you promptly and in a timely manner. If you'll be watching this video after, we say thank you. Let's keep pushing to digitize our country and let provide access to information technology for our people. Thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your afternoon, and rest of your morning, and overall rest of your day, wherever you will be watching from. Thank you. Bye bye.